Hey guys, I wanted to do a video on just how I clean my filter out. And I do this once a week. And some people might say, well, that's kind of extreme. Why do you clean it so often? Well, I'm not really replacing the filter medium. I'm just rinsing it out, because what happens is, we have a small room here. I take this out, I lift this up, okay. Let's shake this off. You can tell, like the sponge right here, it's starting to get, and it's been about a week, okay. It's starting to get kind of gooey. What it does is it smells, okay. And because this is an enclosed room, we do have a window over here, and I do open the window. I'll just open it right now. It doesn't even smell in the room right now, but I don't want to get to the point where it does smell, because it has in the past. This is a relatively new tank. It's only been set up for about 7 weeks now. So what I do is I just take this out, pull this out. It's a sponge. Okay, it has really good bacteria in it, but it kind of filters out a little bit of the, I guess, water. And then in here is my filter media that I have. Okay, it's in here. Now I'm going to filter media. It's like a, let me see if I can show you this. I put it over here. I'm going to take it out of this. I'm trying to do this with one hand, so. Okay, so we'll set this, and we'll put this back. This is pretty clean, it's not bad. Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna just put this back in here. Okay, and so what I do is I take this, and I don't take it to the kitchen or the bathroom sink, or right, or if I have a sink in the utility room that we have in the laundry room, actually. What I do is I have a bucket of water over here that's been dechlorinated. So in other words, it doesn't have any chlorine in it. It's been treated. And so I take this and I just kind of rinse it out in here. You can see there's some sand in there, a little bit down there. That's because I rinse this out. And I guess because I have my aquarium has sand in it, and little bit of grains, sands get stirred up from the fish when they swim in there, and then when I move things around too in the tank, and so it'll pick it up and it'll trap it in this filter grid. And that's what you're seeing down there at the bottom of this water is sand, because the sand will accumulate inside my filter, this little filter media that I have that came with the tank. And you can tell it's kind of like getting worn. It's getting kind of shredded, the material, but it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just getting, it's like that because I rub it like this. I try to rinsing it out, a little bit. Okay, and you can use this over and over and over again. Okay, you don't want to rinse this out, like I said, in the sink, because in the sink, the water there from the tap water has chlorine in it and chemicals in it. They treat the water. Okay, it does have minerals in the tap water, which is good. Okay, and this water here came from the tap. Right, but I treated it with conditioner, which removed the chlorine in the water. Okay, so the minerals in the water is good. Okay, anyway, for the fish. So anyway, then I take it back and I put it in here, and then I take this one and rinse this one out too, because there's still going to be some bacteria in here. I'm not taking it. I'm just rinsing it out a little bit so it doesn't smell kind of funky in the room. Because it will get kind of like a funky smell when you first walk in their room, and I don't like that smell. And then I just take it and I put it back in here, and I can reuse this over and over and over again. Okay, I guess to the point where, and there's actually some charcoal inside this filter media that I had out. I probably should have explained that to you. There's like this charcoal inside here, which actually helps filter down the water. I don't know how many microns it's filtering it down to, but it does filter it down. Okay, and it keeps my fish fish tank pretty clean. Now this is a kind of like a biological filter, or I'm sorry, aquarium. So it's almost like self-cleaning. The fish that I have in here clean the bottom of the sand, and then and when the sand gets to the point where it has a lot of little, I guess, poop, things like that from the fish, and the poop does kind of like dissolve into the sand. It becomes part of the natural environment. But I cleaned it out just not too long ago. I cleaned the sand out, and I used a mechanical, it's like a gravel cleaner, but it's an electric one. And so I put it in there, and I just kind of went over the sand real lightly on the top of it. And I sucked up like any type of feces or any poop or any of the plants. Sometimes the plants, you know, the fish nip at the plants, and so you get some of the little pieces of the plant in the sand, and it becomes kind of like an eyesore. It doesn't hurt the tank or anything. I just like the look of it. I like the look of it being kind of clean and spotless. And you don't have to. The fish, you could let this aquarium go, and it can look really kind of funky, and you know, start getting green on the glass, and you'll start seeing some of the pieces of the plants in the sand, which will eventually probably decompose and just become part of the environment. But I like to see it looking nice. You know, I guess that's just me. But anyway, and then on the bottom here, this is potting soil down here, and this is sand on top. Okay, so anyway, I just wanted to show you how I clean up my filter, and that's how we do it, basically. And there's not a lot to it. And then once a month, I change the water. I'll take out about a quarter of the water. This tank here is a 10-gallon tank. So what I do is up here, where you see on my finger, it's not all the way to the top, but I'll take about from here to about right here. I'll take out that much water every 4 weeks. And then I'll put fresh water in the tank. And it'll be from the tap, because the tap water does have good minerals in it. And you could actually use bottled spring water if you wanted to. I don't know how many minerals it has in the bottled spring water, but you could actually use some of that water too. As long as it's spring water and doesn't have any chemicals in it, it's a natural water. You could put that in the tank, but I just use the tap water, and I dechlorinate it. And that bucket right there, that bucket right now has some sand in it. I'll clean it out. I'll rinse the bucket out, and I'll put some fresh water. I'll fill the water up, and you can see that you can see the line where the shadow right there, that's where the water is right now. The water I did have up to here, but what I do is the last time I cleaned my tank, I used that water to refill this tank here. Once I took out about a quarter of the water. So because you want to kind of do that so you can keep your ammonia levels down, or actually you want to call them nitrates. The nitrates is what the ammonia becomes once it's broken down in this biological tank. Okay, so and then when the nitrates get up to about 40 parts per million, you want to change your water in your tank. I don't even let it get that high. I just because I have the time, I make the time every 4 weeks. I clean the water. I change the water about a quarter. Okay, but anyway, I just kind of wanted to go over that with you just a little bit. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I hope you're enjoying your hobby. Hey, I'm going to get some more fish. Have a great day, you guys. If you're new to this channel, this is just the second video I've done. If you could, I'm going to be doing more. A thumbs up would be awesome. I would really appreciate it. If you want to subscribe, then you can see some of my videos that I'm going to be. There's one other video that I have my first video that you could probably take a look at, and then you can see the new upcoming videos that I download or upload, on YouTube. Usually about once a week. I'm going to try to do it. So you'll get something once a week. All right. Have a great day, you guys. Subscribe. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your hobby.